Hi guys, I haven't had much time with all the weed whipping and cutting back everything to work on the old truck, but I'm gonna make that gas line instead of this rubber thing that's flopping all over the place. It's pretty low. It looks more deceiving than what it is. It's lower than the exhaust. But yeah, come up, have a little piece of rubber there. Do something with that clamp. I wish it wasn't so close. Anyways, maybe if I brought the line up a little bit, that way the rubber had to go up. Then see if I can't make a clamp for it off that bolt. I want to come out, want to come back, go back, and then come up, and then over, and then try and make this hose sit higher so it's not anywhere close to this stuff. I gotta redo that anyways. And this is what I got to work with. So I started straightening it out. It's 5/16 copper nickel. That's what I'm gonna make her out of. Well, this stuff is a whole lot harder to bend without kinks than the 3/16. This is a little bit bigger line. So I don't want it this long. I had to make it this long to prevent it from kinking because I needed to be able to get my hands on it. So that'll get chopped off somewhere back in here and flared and the fitting put on. And then it'll circle back around to the block and then back up. Well, I couldn't, it's gonna be cut off in there. I kind of got turned around, but I couldn't get that first bend right, and then the second bend was too long, and I think I've got it. Which I've got plenty of line. If I mess up, I just start all over again. So I think that's about where I'm going to cut it off. That way it comes out of the pump, goes back towards the engine, then back up. Okay, I got it bent that way, and I got it going downhill before it goes up. I'm trying to keep it as far away from the exhaust as I can. I might cut it off a little shorter. So I got it going downhill as the exhaust goes downhill, and getting it to clear the fuel pump and the block. And like I said, I think I'll take that bolt out and put a clamp on that bolt. But I think I might shorten that up a little bit. Looks a little long, but it's getting close to shape. And then once that's figured out, flared, then I just have to straighten this up, bend it the way I want over the intake, and that flaring tool has all sorts of different ends, and one of the ends is for flaring into a quick connect fitting like a gas line. So I'm thinking about seeing if I could rig it up so it just does that quick connect fitting closer to the end, just to have, typically I just put a flare on the end of the line, but I have that tool and I can put a bump in the line, and if I can get it close to the end, that'd be a perfect thing to hold the rubber line on. We'll see. Okay, apparently that's not a fitting down there. Well, not a fitting that you put on the line. So I gotta get a fitting. I got that first piece bent. Don't look too bad. I'm not sure if I said it was 5/16, but it's 1/4 inch line. It's still hard to bend, so I had to bend extra so I didn't kink it. So I'll put the dies on it. When I get a fitting, put dies on, mark it the shortest I can cut, because I want it as close to the engine as I can get it. Now I'm gonna see if the auto parts store has some of them metal with rubber clamps, so I can put the line into that bolt. And I might as well get a couple gallons of antifreeze, because that bolt looks like it goes into the cooling jacket. And I've got these generic hoses to get this thing running. And I have bought the molded rubber hoses to put back on it. So if I have to crack into the water jacket, I might as well drain the antifreeze out and put my new hoses on at the same time. So, auto parts store hopefully tomorrow. I gotta run, where are those wires? There they are. I gotta run those wires over to that switch too, which I have the stuff to do that. I probably should have just done that tonight. I have shrink tube and solder and some sheathing to go on it. So I'm gonna cut those off, solder in some longer line wires, shrink tube it, and then put a piece of sheathing over it so it doesn't move. But that's about it for tonight. Thanks, guys.